Well, hello there. This is Virtuals the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Welcome to another episode of Quick Wins. And I've got a really fantastic one today. In this game, I get a smothered mate in 10 moves out of the Vienna Gambit Accepted. Let's go take a look. I've got the white pieces, of course, e4, e5, knight c3, the Vienna, and they play the Falkbeer, knight f6, and against that, of course, f4, Vienna Gambit. And my opponent obliges by taking and accepting the gambit. Straight up inaccuracy, pretty much a mistake. They need to enter the main line with d5 because we now can push the e-pawn. e5 attacking the knight. Knight has nowhere good to move. Looks like, every square is covered by one of my pieces, and it is. Looks like the knight will have to go back to the g8, pretty inhuman move, and so very many players will play queen e7, attempting to pin the pawn to my king. That's a mistake. Knight needs to go back because I can now unpin with queen e2, symmetrical move, and that is under attack again. They move the knight and I develop my other knight, basically preventing the queen from going to h4 with check. They now develop the knight, a few normal moves now, d4, opening up the diagonal for my bishop, and here black on move 7 plays the first somewhat unusual move. So that's a mistake, g5. Very understandable, trying to hold on to the pawn, and this is similar to some King's Gambit type positions. However, it's a mistake because now I have the knight to d5 attacking the queen, and the queen has nowhere good to move really. Has to go back to g8 because obviously these two squares are covered by my pawn. And if it tries to go here, well, that would be a royal fork. So queen back to d8. Look at black's position. It's a little bit sad. Now here I don't play the best move. I play c3, making that lovely chain. That was a mistake because I had a much better move, knight to f6 with check. And if black takes, I take back the pawn, discovered check. King has to be, to prevent mate to have to block with one of their pieces, which means the pawn gets to gobble a second piece. So I didn't see that in game. Instead, I played c3, but now black, trying to scramble to find a developing move, plays knight ge7. A blunder because we now have knight to f6, smothered mate. The king still in his throne, barely awake, surrounded by his troops, assassinated without a move. Good game, GG.